nurturing framework to come to birth, to gestation, and was born during the World Health Assembly when it was launched. So who is the framework for? It speaks to the responsibilities and the capacities of a range of sectors. It speaks to a range of stakeholders, but because by having a focus on these early years, it particularly calls out the important role that health and nutrition must play in this agenda. The vision is broad. It's a rights-based agenda. It's an inclusive agenda. And so this framework calls for a world in which every child is able to develop to full potential. 5 targets have been extracted from this rich menu of the Sustainable Development Goals to drive the agenda. And you see them here. And so within the figure that you see on the left-hand side, you can see that these are drawn from the SDGs and the global strategy in order to inform what is needed for nurturing care. There is also a strong principle underneath to say, if we invest in ECD, then governments and the world will be able to make progress to many more of these SDG targets and goals. 2 figures drive this framework. On the left-hand side, you see the 5 components that I've spoken about before: good health, nutrition, safety, security, responsive caregiving, and early learning. That's what the child brain expects and needs in order to develop. And then on the right-hand side, in the green circle, that particular concept of what the child needs. Empowered communities surrounding them, services that are supportive, and enabling policies. So just a brief snapshot about what enabling policies may look like. Maternity protection, baby-friendly hospital initiatives, parental leave, including for when a child is sick, and then issues related to accessing healthcare, health insurance, cash transfers for those who are most vulnerable. The menu goes beyond this, and we will see later some other examples when my colleague Linda speaks. So in terms of meeting families, the needs of families and children to facility and community-based services, the framework proposes this figure of 2 pyramids. On your left side, you see the upward pyramid. Have developed as sort of a prototype of what it might look like if you integrate counseling and responsive caregiving around activities that relate to play and communication. Maternal health is essential. Addressing maternal health is essential. The burden is often underestimated, while the mother is often in the home still a primary caregiver for many children. And so we see that up to 15% of mothers during the perinatal period may suffer from signs of depression. And this can have a serious effect on her own well-being, as well as that of her child. So as we are thinking around enhancing services, paying attention to maternal mental and physical health is important. Children with disabilities. I think Dr. Egger this morning already mentioned, there is this powerful documentation that has come out looking at what is the burden of children with disabilities, what are the numbers. And they are important. 53 million children in the world suffering from a disability, and importantly, in the African region, the numbers actually increasing maybe as a success of some of the good efforts to improve survival, but not be adequate yet to prevent disability and difficulty, and having the understanding that in many countries the services to provide the support for these families and children need a massive injection and need to be built. So 5 strategic actions for moving forward.